Weapon crafting 101. You'll unlock it in the campaign. The glaive will be the first weapon you make, the Enigma. When you shape any weapon, there's a number of different resources that are required to shape it. In this situation, neutral elements, which is pretty common in everything, is what's required. But as you see in these higher tier perks, these enhanced traits, you actually have other things like ascendant alloy and energetic elements. These purple materials can only be acquired when you actually obtain one of these red weapons like this one and you attune it. And by attuning it, you essentially either do one of two things. Either you're getting kills with the weapon or you're completing activities while the weapon is in your hands. Now, you can actually complete an activity without the weapon on, and then when you get to the end of the activity, actually put the weapon on and you will gain progress through this attunement. When you actually gain progress through that attunement, you will be allowed to then come down to this menu underneath it, and you'll be able to pull these package contents out of it. And these are the different elements, and one being the purple elements and the green elements, that neutral elements. But back to the glaive, as you see right here, each one of these perks requires something a little different. You've got this energetic elements, and you've got this android elements, and then you've got more energetic stuff, yada yada, and it differs from weapon to weapon. And right here, it also differs from trait to trait, right? Actually, I don't know if it necessarily differs from weapon to weapon, but maybe it just differs from trait to trait. So you got mutable element. Again, it all just depends. Sometimes those red weapons have just one of these type of purple elements that you can pull from. Sometimes it has two different types. So depending on what you need is what you need to pull. And from my understanding, there's nowhere to actually view all of these currencies at once. So you're just going to have to just look at it in your weapon crafting, like right in here. Now, the neutral element, that's the main one. And that's why we were leveling weapons up at Shirochi, which seems to be the fastest way to level weapons up. Normally a run, and not even like a run and a quarter, will get you the full 100% of attunement progress. Now understand though, you're going to run into a situation, you may have all the neutral elements in the world. You may have all the purple elements in the world, like these energetic and these ruinous elements, but you're not going to have ascendant alloy. Now there are 4 ways to get ascendant alloys. There's the campaign, which I believe gives you 2 of them. The second way is actually going to the Cryptarch, and you can actually purchase, I think, just 1 a week. The third way is to go to the gunsmith. The gunsmith at rank 16 will sell ascendant alloys, and I don't know how much he charges for them, or even if there is even a cap for it. And again, if you're looking to rank up gunsmith this season, you rank it up by just simply deleting weapons and armor, and of course gunsmith bounties. Now the fourth way, which is the way that we did today, was essentially unlock the weekly missions, or the weekly campaign mission. This requires you to get rank 13 with Finch over here. You go to Finch, and at rank 13, he will unlock the weekly missions, which has a variety of different difficulties. We did the 1520. Even though it says reward ascendant alloy on all of these, we didn't get one for hero. So we had to do legend, and I actually ended up getting 2 for 2. Bombat didn't get it. So again, RNG is still fickle, but that is what it is. But that's going to be your other bottleneck. And that's why I say, yes, you can go to Shirochi and you can get these weapons attuned, and you can have all the base materials you may need, which is all you really need to make a base weapon. But in the long run, you're going to need to rank up with Finch and unlock rank 13 to get access to those weekly campaign missions and get this ascendant alloy. The other way is, I think, at rank 18, you will also unlock another difficulty to the Wellspring. And I am under the assumption that at that difficulty, you will also be able to get these ascendant alloys. Outside of that, I know of no other way to unlock ascendant alloys or to obtain ascendant alloys as of now, unless there's something related to the raid. Back to shaping the weapon, because that's the first thing you do, right? You go through here, you shape it, you throw some stuff on it, right? And then you come over here and you actually hold down to finalize the shape. And again, as you throw on different harder things, this would require the cost over here to be a little more. And that all essentially is everything here, just transfer it, adds it all the way up. And that way, when you're looking at it right here on the finalized shape, it's the cost of the whole thing together. And then you craft the weapon. That is just simply shaping a weapon. After you shape a weapon, this is what it will look like. Or, and let me transfer the glaive over here, since we were just talking about the glaive. This is what it will look like. It will have this insignia here on the side, indicating that that is your finalized shape to that particular weapon. You don't want to delete this. It even has a date here, fellas. It says when you made her. So keep this weapon forever. Throw it in your vault, because at any moment you want to change this weapon to a more desirable role, or depending on the activity you want to go into, you come over here to reshape, and you just simply go directly to the weapon. And reshape only shows the weapons you have actually created. Okay, I have made an empirical evidence, so it's showing that I've made Aztecross, so it's showing that, and it shows all the stuff associated there. Go to the glaive and you can essentially reshape it, but understand it's going to cost. Again, if I need to throw on some of these things, some of these enhanced traits, or maybe thresh or kill clip or something like that, it's going to cost me something else, right? And you can reshape it. Now, if you wanted to change it even to something equivalent, say feeding frenzy, which is the equivalent, you know, mod cost of this trait, or even just regular threat detector, it's still going to cost you something. It's still going to cost you neutral elements. So it's not for free. You can't just come in here and just start changing stuff. Just like even over here for the enhance and the handling or the masterworks here, this isn't for free. Okay, it's all going to cost you something. So reshaping is not like a thing like once you get it, you know, you can change the weapon up whenever and however you want. These materials are going to be something that we're going to have to get used to. I hope this helped. I hope this gave you some insight into how weapon crafting works. My suggestion is any of these red outline weapons you get. I got some of these from Paracausal Halls, from turning in the what's the keys there? The treasure keys, and there's, you know, other ways it drops in the royal loot pool and everything else, and even from the throne world. It's just kind of random. Do not delete those red weapons. Put them in your vaults. Stow them, okay? Even if you don't do anything with them right now, eventually pull them out when you're doing activities or something, or if you're killing some ads, level them up so you can pull those materials out of them. As of right now, this is the only way to get these materials. I don't know of any other passive way to get them, and maybe that will be unlocked at some point, but as of right now, just keeping those weapons and obtaining and actually attuning them will get you those materials. Now, I feel like we have to go over patterns and catalysts. Right here, you can actually go look at all the different weapons that you'll be able to craft. And then, of course, when you craft them, it'll show this right here where it shows the pattern progress. In order to actually gain the full pattern, you have to attune, in this situation, Forensic Nightmare, you have to attune 3 different Forensic Nightmares. Okay, so 3 of those red outline Forensic Nightmares you will have to attune and pull the materials out of, and that will count toward this. And on the 3rd one, you will have unlocked the pattern for this weapon. This is the conversation we had a while back. The conversation was, but weapon crafting is going to take away the grind. Yeah. Really? Because no, man, I got more grind now than ever. There's more
grind, 100% more grind. Because you have to, if you want to build your weapon, it's going to be a lot of materials and grinding involved, but you're gonna make your perfect weapon instead of just being it having to be behind luck, right?
Yep. Enhanced traits, by the way, which are a big deal. Which, by the way, I haven't seen any like weapons drop with enhanced trait already on them. You, Les?
Nope. I think it's just for crafting.
It's just gonna be for weapon crafting. So in some sense, these weapons are gonna be superior due to these enhanced traits. So
because the argument will come up, right? The argument will come up, be like, why would I craft a weapon if I could just get a god roll? Like I got pretty much a god roll hand cannon.
That's right.
Okay, now I want to get enhanced version of Eye of the Storm or enhanced version of Rangefinder, because it's gonna give me that little bit of an edge because I put in the effort to grind it all out, right?
Sure. Is Destiny grindier now than ever? Yes. In the long run, though, you're gonna have a better weapon. You're gonna have a better weapon with more things to choose from. That is weapon crafting 101, guys. I hope this helped.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.